What's up, guys? So today, I'm just gonna cover a few military strategies on how I would deal with America. Before I get the FBI knocking on my door, these are just theories. I am not advocating for an invasion of the United States. God knows how you think I would be able to achieve that anyway, so common sense, may it prevail. But yeah, now the United States is extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult in the sense that it is a continental sized country that is surrounded by two of the world's biggest oceans, with over 9 million kilometers of land and over 330 million people, with climates as hot as deserts to as cold as snow. So this is an extremely hard country to deal with geographically. And the United States is so big, my country, the UK, and even small European countries could fit inside Texas, just the state of Texas. So even provinces and states within the United States are even bigger than some European countries. So yeah, so how would you deal with it? So with America, first of all, and also it's only surrounded by two neighbours, unlike Europe, where it's surrounded by tons of neighbours and you can attack it in all directions. The United States only has two neighbours, both of which it's sort of got good relationships. Mexico, but they're still okay. NAFTA, they still rely on each other. So an invasion of America would also mean an invasion of Canada and an invasion of Mexico. So it would go as far to the point that it would literally be the invasion of not America but North America. So because Canada would jump in and Mexico would jump in, and America is a part of NATO, so the European allies would jump in. So it would be a suicide mission to try and invade the American mainland. And not only that, the American populace is also armed. So not only are you dealing with the most advanced army, navy, and intelligence agencies across the world, but you'll also have an armed militia, thousands of armed militias to deal with. So yeah, it would not be the best and the wisest idea to invade America. And also another thing as well is, if you're gonna attack America, attack America. Like, a lot of these terror groups think they're beating America by burning down their own neighborhoods in their own countries and burning down embassies in their own roads and their own streets and just putting their own country in jeopardy by attacking an American military base or embassy in their own country. The strategy to war is, if you're gonna go in, you go in as the offensive, not the defensive, because the offensive has everything to gain and the defensive has everything to lose. So if you're ever going to go to war, you make sure you fight in someone else's house and not your own, because it means even if you do lose, all the property damage in that house is still in their house in the end of the day, and it doesn't affect you. If you're losing, you can just leave the house anyway that you tried to invade, and they will have to deal with the damages. That's why I'm saying a victory of Bashar al-Assad in Syria, in a civilizational sense, isn't really a victory. He just cleaned up the damages to his own house. So if you're gonna invade America, which once again I've said is extremely stupid, you would have to go in theatre. You would have to go into their theatre, because America only understands that type of language. tough, strong, and in their soil. That is what will scare them. And that's what North Korea uses. They use that tactic of, we're going full in on the mainland. However, they don't take Iranian or Russian proxy threats in other countries so seriously, because American troops getting bombed in other countries, it doesn't scare them because they can just replace troops with other troops, and it's, once again, they're just bombing. They're an invading force anyway, so when you're bombing them in another country, you're just doing the other country harm and not them directly. So if you're going to go to war with America, you're going to have to go to war with America directly. Now, a lot of people, I would not go to war with America on a nuclear stance, because America isn't like a European city where it has all of its civilization concentrated in one city. Like in the UK, how the UK is very London-centric. A nuclear strike in London would pretty much just be the end of the UK. But America has lots of cities, and they're spread out, and they're all across this huge continental landmass. So one nuclear strike ain't gonna cut it. So, and once again, America invented the atomic bomb. That's why North Korea's threats aren't nothing. You're threatening them with something they invented, something they have experience with, something they dedicate their entire chapter of history to, the Cold War. So when it comes to war, you speak to the enemy in a different language. You invent a revolutionary weapon that has the enemy scratching their heads, and it has them itching to go back to the drawing board, because they're just like, what the fuck? What the hell just happened? How do we compete with this? Just like how when the European settlers in America came with muskets, guns, and metal swords on horseback, that it totally took the natives by surprise, introducing all this alien technology. So in order to beat America, we're going to have to embrace full-on alien technology that has never been seen before. So when they do get hit, they're just like, what the fuck do we do? So yeah, that is just how I would deal with the American situation. So here are my ideas, and they may seem a bit sci-fi, but it's better to have sci-fi-ish ideas than to have no ideas at all. Now at first I was like, okay, maybe we can bankrupt America peacefully, but like I said, everything from Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Hollywood, McDonald's, economic warfare on the United States would be impossible. So hoping for its bankruptcy like the Soviet Union ain't gonna happen anytime soon. So how I would deal with the United States is I would introduce a revolutionary bomb that would shock the entire world and would scare the shit out of them, that it would make them surrender. Now, what would this be? My first idea is the black hole bomb. That's it. I want to investigate the Hadron's Collider, and I want to weaponize the black hole. And so basically you just drop this bomb, and it just acts as a swirling black hole that it just sucks up all the life force of the country and all the energy, even sucks up all the light waves. How I would prevent the black hole then turning into a hurricane and then moving back towards me, I have not figured out yet, but black hole bomb, why not? Magnetic bomb, you could drop a magnetic bomb. You just drop this huge magnetic bomb that just sucks up all the metal. So, and because the nukes are all powered by computer, they can't retaliate anyway, because literally anything from your computer to someone's braces, they all get sucked into this like magnet. So yeah, or just this energy draining bomb that you just drop it and it just cuts out all the energy. So those are just my ideas. Not only would a black hole bomb make us the world superpower, it'll make us an intergalactic superpower. Like, we could just aim these at planets, just to swallow up planets. So, yeah. And another thing as well with America is that you don't give them warnings. You don't say, oh, you don't start Twitter spats. You don't do what Kim Jong-un does. You don't have missile tests. It's just one day. They're just all going to work. They're just waking up to go to work to do their 9 to 5. Then bang, black hole bomb. That's how I do it. Because as unchivalrous as it is, if you have a guy and he's tougher than you and there's no way you can beat him in a fist fight, then sometimes you're just, in order to win, you're just gonna have to wait until the tougher guy like turns his head in the another direction and then bam, hammer to the back of his head. So that's how I'd strike America. I would just go full in, full theatre, revolutionary style, alien technology shit, no warning, and it just takes them by surprise, and America disappears. That's how I would solve the problem. Not economically, not fighting them in my own turf, fighting them on their turf. So yeah, that's just how I would fight America and prepare and plan a war on America. However, with that said, I am totally against the idea of striking America. Because America is, like I said, it'd be costly, it'd be timely, it would economically cripple us, it would make us look bad, it'd make us look evil. Who would take over the country afterwards? It'd be like Iraq times 10. Will it be the armed militias that we just took out? Will the gun-crazy Christian militias start taking over, like how ISIS started taking over in Iraq? Will the drug cartels next door seize an opportunity to take over? The biker gangs, the Bloods, the Crips, who would take over? There's so much militia groups with guns that could just establish their own country. So yeah, and because there's so... and any part of anarchy, because it's so racially diverse, it would cause race riots, and then people start demanding black ethno-states and white ethno-states and Hispanic ethno-states, and Mexico might get a bit gutsy, and then after we leave they decide to invade America and then start retaking the West Coast and not being very nice to the people they capture and favouring the Mexican minority and then creating ethno-states, and it's going to create all this sectarian tribal violence, because that's why I'm against striking it, because it's the melting pot of the world, so of course it's going to create huge chaos if we were to strike it. And conventionally, I've just said economically and due to its size and due to its population, due to its technology, in a modern conventional form or a nuclear form, I would not strike it in that way, but I would strike it in the ways that I said I would strike it if it came to be, which I hope never happens. But if they are continuing to be what they are, if they continue to be what they are, a nuisance to the rest of the world, then me as a political leader, if I was, would have no option. But yeah, hopefully that never happens. But yeah, that's just how I would deal with America on a military strategy. So I'll see you in my next video. Peace.